DeFi Kingdoms, where you can summon heroes, trade with other players, quest, and fight challenging enemies in a fantasy world brought to life in pixel art animation. Command your legion, claim your legacy.
Hello and welcome to this week's AMA with DeFi Kingdoms. As always, excited to be here with all of you. Welcome to everyone who is tuning in live, as well as those who will watch this recording later. We are going to kick off with a few updates and then roll into some questions for the week. But first, Hubert, how are you doing today? Also, I just saw your tagline, and that makes me happy.
I am doing well. No things to complain about. Just busy as ever. And yeah, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Excited to be here on the eve of our 4th birthday as well. Winston, how are you doing today, and who are you fighting?
Hey, Bolon. I am excellent. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well too. Today I am fighting Discord name My Friendo, right? I think that's it.
Yep. My Friendo.
What's
the best icon for the best character in any anime? Go on.
Well done, dude. Well, not you, Hubert. Well done, my friendo, to making Hubert so happy. Yeah, I went with the hat. I don't know. I took a shower and got out of the shower and was like, futz in and forget it. Just went with that. My friendo, street name Lumeb, I think is how you say it. Liumeb. Lumeb. So that's what I'm going with.
I refuse to weigh in on these topics anymore.
You've risked it all one too many times and come up short. So smart.
Don't trust a Florida man's pronunciation.
I ask the internet. I just type it in, and then I make like YouTube say it to me a couple times, and I'll read pronunciations, and that's how I figure it out usually.
Nice.
Yeah, but now things are good. Did a little Colorado trip over the weekend. Just drove along the Colorado River and checked some stuff out. Turns out this dog I adopted is a river dog. He climbed in to the point where he sunk, and then you could see him jumping out of the water trying to get himself back to the not too deep part. And it was hilarious because he's a 45-pound bulldog, so his legs are 8 inches long. So he's packing 45 pounds on these tiny little legs, and he just got in the water in the river up to his belly and just sat there. He just was super happy about that. So tiny gear shift. So after this I'm doing the sponsor giveaway stuff 1 hour after this is completed. And also I'm going to be not hopefully, I want to keep it, but I sort of revealed the Excalibur giveaway function. The only way we can roll for it is if somebody wins the jewel that week. And then we basically roll a D10 twice. And if we get the same number twice, then somebody wins it. So I did the math on that, and that is a 101 chance. 1 in 100. No one correct me. No one say anything. It's a 1 in 100 chance of that happening. So it's pretty unlikely, but it's a pretty cool reward. So maybe I'll try to figure out some way to, if we get more sponsors, to increase the amount of times that we'll roll for it, because certainly it's better to roll 2 times for 1 in 100 than 1 time for 1 in 100. So I'll be thinking about that too, thinking about ways to make it more exciting so that we can roll it more often if you guys do cool shit. And good luck to Lumeb. That's those fights are both up now. It's I don't know, just go in there and look. You'll find them. You'll be able to find them. Get in there, vote, sponsor those. Bolon, you sponsored them, right? Did you remember to do that? I forgot to. I usually bother you about that later in the day.
They should be sponsored with the utility wallet. Yeah.
Excellent. So one of those is at 20 after, and one is at 30 after. So get over there and sponsor those. So I'm gonna fire it back over to you, Bolon. I think that's pretty much it for me. And if I think of anything else, I'll just interrupt you. So back to you.
I'm going to take a quick surprise trip to Hubert. Hubert, I want to know what you think about that jazzy math that we just witnessed being done.
I was trying so hard to say something. The mute button was there, and I was staring at it. But then he fixed it, so I was like, all right.
Every time I do one roll, 100 people win. That's what we're doing from now on. 101.
I mean, if you have the right D10s, you could just roll them both at the same time and say it has to be 100. But I guess
don't have those, so I just have a bunch of D10s.
Any
somebody needs to play
D10
some
can
D&D.
be, and any D10 can be the right D10 as long as you designate which one it is.
That's also true.
You don't need it to show the percentile. You just need two different ones and to know which one the percentile is.
Too complicated.
Tune in later for the DFK TTRPG stream. We're going to talk all things TTRPGs. But in the meantime, rolling into some other updates. First and foremost, I just want to let you guys know on a personal note, I did go to 2 Taco Bells last week. I drove about 2 hours, all said and done, to get the new flavor of Baja Midnight, the new Mountain Dew. It was pretty good. It does not crack my top 3, but it was pretty good. I recommend giving it a shot. It's worth trying. But I wanted to let you guys know. We talked about it last week. I wanted to follow up. I know a lot of y'all were holding your breaths, waiting for the update.
Imagine we missed it last week. Tell us. I mean, I remember you were going to go out and try this new flavor, Midnight. It's a Mountain Dew and passion fruit.
Yeah, passion fruit.
And it's called Midnight because it's like purple.
Dark purple, yeah. It's a very nice color. I really like the color. I like the name. Like, marketing on point.
What color is passion fruit?
Flavor good, but could have been better.
I guess a passion fruit's kind of dark like that sometimes. It can be. I guess most of the time.
I have absolutely no idea.
Well,
So are they orange?
Was the first Taco Bell just they didn't have it yet?
Yeah, they just didn't have it yet.
Those bastards.
Yeah, and of course I ordered online, so I've got this crap ton of food, and I get up to the window, and they're just like, "Yeah, by the way, do you want a different drink?" I'm like, "No, I don't want a different drink." So then I had to go to another Taco Bell and order 0 food and just order this drink.
Did you eat your food in between those two?
Oh,
events?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course. I couldn't keep my food waiting. A question from chat, Mellow Fellow, update on the raffle rewards. I do have an update on the raffle rewards, actually. That update is they've not been sent out yet. I did talk to Magnus about that today. Most likely it is actually going to be this coming Monday. So apologies. It is going to be a little bit longer delay than we anticipated. Magnus has been caught up in the midst of some coding stuff and just couldn't interrupt him and pull him out of his groove. So they've not been distributed. However, they've not been forgotten either. So stay tuned. Most likely Monday, and you will have them. Also, on that note, we do have the data for the 2nd and 3rd Metis Visage giveaway, which was done via either hosting a tournament gets you one for sure, participating in any tournament gets you an entry into the drawing. So we do have that data. Next time I make an announcement, I'll include it just so that people can take a look at it and have it as a reference. We'll probably just do that drawing after the 3rd Transcendence event ends, because we're going to need to do a drawing for that anyway. And realistically, we're talking about less than, I guess, 2 weeks probably, because I think it ends like right before next week's AMA, but I don't think we'll have time to gather all the data. So probably the following week. So we'll probably just do those drawings together to make life easy, but I will get that info out to you guys at least. Which also reminds me, the 3rd Transcendence event is still going on. So don't forget that right now, any hero or pet transcended is getting you entries into this event, as well as progressing the communal goal to unlocking additional prizes. The dashboard for tracking that is available. It's in the announcements channel in Discord. There are 6 days, 5 hours, and 47 minutes left in this event. And currently there are 11 Helms of Ascension being given away in the quantity giveaway and 14 in the quality giveaway. The quantity giveaway is 28% of the way to unlocking that Gen 0, and the quality is 36% of the way to unlocking the Gen 0 over there. As a reminder, those are original Sarandale Gen 0s. So those will be one of the original 8 classes. It's been a while since we've given out any of those. So excited to see how this one shapes up. And just under a week left, so we'll be able to report on it in the next AMA, but I don't think we'll have all the data ready to do the drawing just yet. But we'll see.
Bolon, do me a favor. Pretend I don't know anything about what you're talking about. And what do you mean by quality and quantity? Like, can you, explain for the people who just like walked in the room, kind of how those are different?
Yes, for sure. So essentially, the Transcendence event. So this is our third Transcendence kickoff event, and it is broken into 2 different giveaways. The first giveaway in the Transcendence event is what we are calling the quantity giveaway, and it is just straight up how many heroes and pets are burned. So every hero that you burn, every pet that you burn, gets you an entry. That you transcend, gets you an entry into that giveaway. What we are calling the quantity or the quality giveaway is based on the hero score of the heroes that are transcended. So every 500 points of hero score gets you an entry, and then also the amount of divine essence that comes from the pets that you transcend. So every 1/2 of a divine essence that you acquire from pets cumulatively also gets you an entry into the quality giveaway.
Good job. I'm gonna go like 8 out of 10 because of that whole thing.
Yeah, that one really tripped me up there.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we already established that Florida people don't English well, but that's okay.
I know, dude. That's why I'm saying if you had been from California or something, I would have dropped you down to 6. People in California know how to say cumulative, so I'm gonna knock you down to 6.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, that was a fun tangent that I didn't expect. One last update from me, and then we'll switch over to somebody else because I feel like I've been talking for a long time. But one last thing, the All-Star Tournament is approaching. I have been working with the holders of the All-Star token to plan that tournament out. It is currently looking like it will very likely be next Friday, August 22nd at 9 p.m. UTC. So keep an eye out. We have not quite finalized it. We're gonna go back and forth between 2 days, either the 29th or the 30th, I think. But at the moment, it's looking like the 29th is most likely. So go ahead and block out your calendars for next weekend, either Friday or Saturday, and we will get this tournament rolling. Very excited. Oh, did I say 22nd? My bad. I definitely meant 29th. I'm sorry. 29th or 30th, next Friday, not tomorrow, or next Saturday, not 2 days from now. Sorry, guys. See, this is what happens when I talk for too long. I just lose all abilities. Anyway, but stay tuned for the official announcement of that. Hoping to have that finalized here by like end of day tomorrow, ideally, so that we can get that announced and let everybody know. But looking forward to watching that tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is some of the best in DFK PvP battling it out for a 10,000 USDC grand prize. So really looking forward to watching this event. I am now sad that DFK Elite won't be home on the 29th to stream it, but we'll make it work. Also on that front, probably will look at coordinating something in terms of streaming. So if you are somebody who streams or are interested in streaming, keep an eye out. Or well, if you're interested in streaming, let me know. If you are somebody who streams, keep an eye out because I'll probably hit you up about coordinating some stuff to have some fun with it.
Yes, I am also willing to be approached. So,
oh, you were going to be.
Not by you, by somebody else, not by someone approached me who's not Bolon.
I'll recruit somebody to approach you on my behalf. But yeah, I think it can be a lot of fun, and I want to have a good time and have a really fun stream. But I think we can do something together to have a lot of fun rather than have like 3 or 4 competing streams. So we'll coordinate and make sure that we make the most of it. Yes, a taco is a sandwich. Just yeah, there is no debate.
Bolon
Hubert,
alt confirmed.
Shaking my head. We're bringing this argument up again.
We're not. Nope. There's no argument. It's just the facts, Hubert, I wanted to hand it over to you. We've got some stuff going on starting here in just a few hours for, a very special day. Do you
Oh,
wanna
hey.
talk about that?
Yes, it is my dad's birthday. Thanks, everybody.
Nice.
But also the day after my dad's birthday is DFK's birthday, which is interesting.
Wait, so your dad's birthday is right now?
It is right now.
Hey, happy birthday, Hubert.
Which I need to say happy birthday to him still. So this is a good reminder.
Is he in the
But
crowd? Happy birthday, Hubert's dad.
He is not.
He might be.
He's too like boomer to understand technology enough to be able to support me in my life. So
I don't know about that.
But
Just kidding.
It is DFK's 4th birthday, which is crazy to think about. Like it's been a long time coming. It feels to me like it's been a lot longer than that. I don't know how many years. Time has lost all meaning, and I think is that way for all of us. But we will have, of course, a birthday celebration, and with that, you will be able to collect the new Mrs. Birthday birthday present accessory item. It is kind of like the Charger's mask, if you're familiar with that, which is like an attack booster at the cost of some accuracy. This is similar to that, but with much lower levels than what the Charger's mask does. It does have color variations on the ribbons on them, and they will be dropping from both hunts and from patrols. 10% chance per hunt, completed hunt, and a 2.5% chance per completed set of 3 rounds of patrols. And to be clear, that's 3 stages, so not doing like per hero 9 patrol stages. So every 3 stages, basically, if you win those. And kind of along with that, we will also be doing a shorter period of double XP from the hunts and patrols as well. So if you are farming XP on those, you'll be able to get your XP twice as fast. And also with that, we will be doing an normally with patrols, you could only do 3 heroes or 3 sets of 3 patrols. We really need better words for this. 3 sets of 3 stages of patrols. Now you'll be able to do 6 for that period of time with the double XP. So just make it a little bit easier to grind that out if you want to do that. That both of those will be going for 2 weeks. The Mrs. Birthday accessory will be available for 30 days starting at the turnover time, which is about 5.5 hours, 5 hours and 39 minutes from now. So you can all look forward to that.
Nice. Thank you, Hubert. Happy birthday to your dad, and also happy birthday to DFK. I just wanted to take a second and reiterate that because it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. That is huge, and especially in this space, largely unheard of. So I just wanted to take a minute and recognize it's incredible. We've been through a lot in 4 years, and some good, some bad, but we're still here, and we're still building, and in a space where we see more and more people dropping every day, and we've just never stopped for 4 years and got more to go, and looking forward to the future. All right, with that, let's get into some questions. Hubert, kicking it off with you. Can heroes that are maxed out in terms of level and experience, so max XP, currently level 20 heroes, get a boost in influence since they cannot get experience? Sorry, I was reading chat and got distracted.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say it certainly is doable, but it's not simple to do, and it would require kind of some kind of specific logic that would take a little bit of time and some testing to do. So I mean, we can put it into consideration. I just don't see us prioritizing that right now because we're really trying to stay focused on kind of larger features at the moment. But definitely consider it if we're like going in and upgrading those contracts. Maybe it's something we can try to squeeze in. But yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Hubert. Got another one for you. With no more championship tournaments planned for this season, any particular reason that Weekend Warrior tournaments are still providing championship tokens, which also Revengers would be providing theirs as well?
Yeah, so that is a good point that they won't be available. Like there won't be a use case for those or their original use case won't be available. But we do have plans to have some tournaments during the off season that will allow you to use any token with like any qualifier token as an entry. So you can use them there. You can use those or the Weekend Warrior tokens or even the All-Star tokens if you happen to not use them during the All-Star tournament. And if that is the case, shame on you. But you would be able to, and it would probably hurt. And actually, I think you'd even be able to use the like hosted tournament creation token as well, which would be kind of weird, but it would not be blocked if we did that. So anyway, yeah, so there we do plan for there to be use cases. So you can look out for those in the future.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna give you a break and take this next one. Any consideration on changing sign up for tournaments in the next season? Missing, needing to be in front of a computer up to 2 hours earlier, and the impact on time zones and everything. I mean, the reality is, first and foremost, everything for season 2 is kind of TBD, as we've talked about in the past. We're going back to the drawing board and taking some time to revamp. That said, in terms of signups, there's really not a way to do signups that aren't first come, first serve. So whether it's 2 hours, 10 minutes, 6 days, like it's always first come, first serve. And the other kind of reality is like having full tournaments is a good problem to have. So having tournaments that are filled up with more people wanting to join them is the goal of the system in general, really, and the goal of the game. So can there be tweaks to how sign up is done? There can be, but I'm not sure what that would look like in a way that it isn't first come, first serve. And if it is first come, first serve, then the amount of time is really just a matter of, I guess, preference, which we did try out throughout the season some different times. We started with an hour. I think at one point we went up to 4 and then maybe back down to 3 and then to 2.
I can't remember. I think maybe 3 was the highest we went to, but we
Maybe
didn't really
3
notice
was.
any change between 3 and 2.
I think for a week we tried 24 hours and did not see much change there either. I might be wrong though. I don't remember for sure. I know we tried several different time frames.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a tournament you really want to go to, I think whether, like you said, whether or not it's the time frame is 24 hours, 2 hours, or whatever. It's if you think it's going to be a high demand one, it's when the tournament's going to start, when the entry period is going to start, and it's like going to a release of a new game. If you guys ever did that when you were younger, or still do it now and go wait outside GameStop for like 5 hours, so you could be first. It's kind of like that, I guess. It's not really not a good example, but it just came to my head. Sorry.
It's been a long time since I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Next question for you, Hubert. So Berserker and animations. Previously, we had some stuff with when the Berserker went berserk. Animations got a little bit crazy. This question is: did we find a way to address that, and maybe that it's still happening?
Yeah, so I mean that does sound like a bug, and I would say, if you do have any recording of that or a replay, it sounds like it's maybe something that you can't see by watching a replay, but it's helpful if we do have some supporting evidence to do these things or to like try to fix them, because otherwise, we kind of send Beetle on a wild goose chase into many lines of code and just hope that he'll notice an issue. So it'd really be helpful to see what specifically is happening in what circumstances, and try to get that fixed. But so yeah, if you are encountering those things and you kind of know how to reproduce it, any info that you can provide would be really helpful for us to fix things like that.
Most definitely. Yeah, examples always helpful. Winston, anything you want to talk about on that first bout there?
Oh, hey. Yeah, it was a good fight. I made a mistake thinking that I had casted my Kraken spell already, and I saw it on the time bar at the top and thought it was mine. And it turns out it wasn't. So that was a kind of a big mistake for that moment. And yeah, hopefully a better one this time. Hopefully a better bout this time. It's nice to win 1-1. So we'll see how it goes. No mistakes this time, hopefully.
Nice. Let's go. Time for bout number 2.
It was really well timed though, in terms of like that one ending and this one starting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, y'all were spot on the time frame. Kurt coming in with the advice to look for the red or blue color above the icon.
Mind your own business, Kurt.
This is why I don't fight on stream. Hubert, second potential update on a bug ticket question. Any update on the ghost disappearance of particularly poison?
Yeah, so I went and looked through our bug tickets and saw looks like it had been marked as completed, but then I think after looking in, I had resurfaced it again because of a different report. So I just resurfaced it a third time here, see if it can get a little bit more priority. Because yeah, any bug tickets, definitely let us know if those are happening, like any issues, even repeat issues from before, and we will try to get those in front of Beetle. But as always, if you're reporting tickets, any info that you can provide, any replays, whatever, are always helpful to help narrow down the issue.
Nice. Let's see. Any thoughts on adding a filter or sort to expeditions to separate gardening expeditions in pools that the user has LP in?
I mean, I suppose there's something that we could probably put on Zip's list for that, but it is. Yeah, I guess I wonder I don't know. That seems. I guess we could do it. I wonder how you're using expeditions. I guess if it's if you're if you do have heroes in some gardens and you don't have LPs there versus some that you do. Why do you want to claim all of them? But yeah, I guess if you're trying to maybe be strategic with like reinvesting rewards or something, I could see how that would be helpful. So potentially on a zip list thing, but that does sound kind of very specific. So might be something that won't go too high on the list.
Yeah, I'll also say, like, for the asker of this and just in general, if you have ideas like this, share them with us. Share why. Like, what problem is it solving? What's the goal of it? Because every filter, every sort option, all of those that we add, like they do add up into eventual UI clutter, right? So we want to make sure that we're offering, useful options, but not really niche stuff necessarily, just because you start to crowd it out. So, the asker of this question, I think, would be a great example of, like, hey, follow up, explain like the rationale behind it. And I think for, any kind of UI suggestions, sometimes obviously they're glaringly obvious, but, add some rationale to it. Help us see that vision as well. Hubert, why doesn't Ironskin forecast position with initiative gain on the time bar?
So many bug tickets in the AMA today. Yeah, we do have a bug ticket that got recently added for that as well, and it is supposed to show it. So it's a bug, and it'll be fixed.
Nice. So this next question I'll take at least to kick off, but essentially asking on any new information on the problem with the default Kaya RPC. So not really would be the short answer. We have been trying to dig into it. It's one of those where, like, it comes up and kind of shuts everything down for a little bit, and then it goes away, and then it comes back. So it's been really hard to pin down with the intermittent nature of it. We have also, mentioned to Kaya, who is the one running that RPC, or one of their providers is running the RPC, I should say. So not really is the short answer, but yes, we are aware of it. We are trying to work on it as well. We do have a sync coming up with them as with the Kaya team. So we have another opportunity to follow up live with them on it. So we see it. We also want it resolved, but nothing specific that I can share at the moment, unfortunately. But we are still trying to pin it down as well from our side, just to pass on any helpful information we can. Let's see here. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit out of order because I'm in charge and I can. But there's another question about Sarandale and Kaya, so I'm going to jump to it real quick. What does the future state of Sarandale look like? Are we considering another migration, or is Kaya the right partner? So I will note that I did also get to talk to Dreamer a little bit about this question as well. He wasn't able to be here for the AMA. He's got some IRL stuff he's taking care of. But Sarandale definitely needs the right partner. It's our original realm. It's our original IP, and it deserves a good home. Kaya very well could be that good home. Obviously, like, yes, there's RPC issues going on right now, but it's run pretty smoothly for the years that it has been there. Yes, there's a problem going on right now, but let's look bigger picture than that. Kaya could be that right partner, but for Kaya to be that right partner, we need more focus from them. With the merge between Klaytn and Finchia, a lot of their focus has been online. It just kind of depends on what direction they want to go. I mentioned that we do have a sync coming up with them. We're going to be able to learn more information from them again. This is a lot's been happening since their merger. And so, it's always good to get in touch live and be able to talk through things so we can get updates on new partnerships, what their focuses are, where they're prioritizing. So maybe that right partner is Kaya. Maybe that right partner is a different chain. I think at this stage, I think it's fair to say that we are open to either of those things being realities, and we'll see how it goes. So, again, do I have a firm answer today? No. Does Kaya have the potential to be a great home for Sarandale? Absolutely. Is that how it will shape up, or will we look for a new partner for it? We'll find out how things shake out. All right. I'm done talking again, and we're going back to Hubert. Hubert, is the goal to release another or more PvE features, modes, another hunt, what have you, before the end of the year?
Good question. It really, I want to be careful about making promises just because we do have, things take time to do. And, with what we're prioritizing right now, it's hard for me to say for sure if like a new, like if we will get to that by the end of the year. It's possible for sure. But it's also possible that it may not be ready in time for that. So like we are still prioritizing new classes, and we do have another feature that we're focusing on right now. So it is hard to say. Plus, we do have like durability and pet comet bonuses we're working on as well. I'm trying to get those across the finish line, and those last two are getting very close. So there are definitely like things coming out. It just specifically new PvE content. It's hard for me to say for sure that we would have it by the end of this year. I'd like it to be, but I can't promise at this point.
Nice. Thank you, Hubert. I will say I forgot to mention at the beginning. We had some really good questions, and we had a good amount of questions, but a little bit lighter this week, which is fine. This will be our final submitted question. So if y'all have any questions or anything you want us to take, feel free to drop them in chat. Happy to take some live. But otherwise, we are going to let Hubert take this last question, which I intentionally saved for last, to give him time to. Oh, wait. Did I skip a question? I think I did. Hubert, I think I skipped a question. So never mind. Ignore everything I just said. There's 2 questions left. Wow. Okay. Hubert, did we talk about this? Thoughts on giving patrols a dynamic drop rate to reduce drop rates for overleveled teams?
Yeah, good question. I've seen people talking about that recently. This is one where I'm not quite sure how to answer. I'd say yes, we could do that. And I guess I kind of fall down on the side of maybe I would prefer it to work that way. But when we were designing the feature, I think the consensus in the game committee was to let it be more open, like how it is in other RPGs. You're typically allowed to go back to like easy areas and farm those for rare items if you wanted to. Really, it's pretty common in most games, I'd say, that it works that way. Of course, in DFK, it's different because it is on chain, and the things that you receive have value attached to them. So it's not just solo play in that regard. So there definitely are different considerations here, and maybe we should consider them to be differently like that. Like we do have XP scaling down with higher level groups doing the patrols, and we very well could apply kind of a similar methodology there for like a scaling of the chances for drops to happen as well. So could be done. I will just a little peek into the inside, like as far as kind of expansions to patrols that we have talked about in the past, like those I was considering there being kind of a hybrid where like those expansions would be more for those that are at the right level for them, and being like much easier to encounter in that regard. And if you are over leveled, then your encountering of those expansions would greatly be diminished. So we're kind of doing a hybrid approach there. But yeah, we can talk about it some more internally and see if that's something we want to do. Like I said, I think if I remember correctly, I think I was on the side of doing it that way, and I think I got a lot of pushback against that from the team. So, and and I hope I'm not just misremembering and standing on the side of this question, but that feels like that was my thing.
Nope, it was actually you all along.
Yeah, if
no,
it was me all along, then I am such a hypocrite, but I don't think so.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, good question. I mean, I understand, the thought process behind it. There were also kind of other motivations on our end as well in terms of, we had like plans with YGG coming up. We didn't want to be very restrictive with the new feature, and things like that as well. So, I think there were a lot of different motivational factors behind why we designed it the way we did, but it could be changed.
Nice. So all of those things that I said previously about this being the last question now apply to now. I don't know how I just flat out skipped that question, but whatever. We got it. We're good. We made it. All right, Hubert. Back in the olden days, because again, it's our 4th birthday, so we have the olden days. Back in the olden days, the team used to talk about how someday hero combat skills would be set on chain, and you would be able to respec your hero by paying some kind of resource, perhaps, rather than how we currently can freely set and change them when entering combat. Do we think that that will still happen at some point? And if so, what would be the benefit?
So Bolon was excited for this question because I said my answer would probably be a meandering one. And yeah, that was kind of the original idea before we had like actually set up the combat system and done, that's like when the heroes were originally created, like that was the first thing that was done before any like extra game design or anything was put into it. So it was kind of in a lot of ways backwards, but like just with us trying to do like build as we're released, build the plane as we're flying it kind of situation. Like we wanted the hero NFTs, we wanted to start doing summoning and all that stuff, and so we needed the heroes to be kind of close to the final design, if as much as possible, right from the start. And so that was one of the ideas that I had. Is it made sense. I like Diablo 2. I like how in Diablo 2 your decisions kind of matter a lot, and you only get a few opportunities to respec your hero in that game. And I think that makes for a more enjoyable experience, in my opinion, compared to like Diablo 3, where you can just kind of change things at will all the time. However, with that said, now we have the combat engine out. We've had it the way it is for a very long time. And, I think it would be probably a bit too overly restrictive to do it that way. Like if we did want to force you to like do an extra transaction to switch things and there being like a respec fee, I still kind of like the idea. It just like it's just another extra thing that you have to do, that I just wonder if maybe it's too much. And also kind of even going in the opposite direction, like with tournaments, right now you are kind of you're making your choices on your skill selection for the entire tournament, so you're generally picking more universally helpful skills than ones that might be like very beneficial against this very specific team, but otherwise it won't help you as much for like anything that you might encounter. So like I even kind of think along the lines of, should we introduce a way where you can actually set your skills per round instead of doing that, so that you can know who you're fighting and kind of respec yourself live to kind of be more, and then of course your opponent would do the same thing to be more geared towards them. I think that does kind of introduce a lot of interesting strategy, but again, it's like it's difficult to balance complexity, strategy, and ease of use. And I do worry that if we did like start adding and respecing and whatnot, it would probably just end up being more of a nuisance to more players than not. But we still could do it. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what other people think about that. If we were to do it, it probably isn't going to be anything that we do soon anyway, because we still have so many classes that aren't out yet. We don't have subclasses out yet. There's like a bunch of different features that will be impacted by that. That I think it would be even worse to like do it now than later when everything is released. So yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have opinions on that, Winston, Bolon?
I mean, I'll say that personally, I see both sides, and also always love a small resource burn when opportunity strikes. But I played a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day, and that's a very World of Warcraft system where as you gain skill points, you pick skills, and if you want to pick different skills, you have to go reset to respec essentially. So it's a system that I'm familiar with and that I do like in its own way. But I also think that having the dynamic to be able to move between different types of combat. I know people have talked about it before of like the skills that you want for boars might not be the same as the skills that you want for box. So having the flexibility to be able to change it around is very interesting. And I think especially on the tournament side, if we allowed for skill changes between matches, I think that could be really interesting. It definitely adds another dynamic aspect to the strategy side of being able to look at your opponent's team and pick skills based on your opponent's team, which gets really interesting. I think there's some downsides to that also, but I think there's also upsides to it. So yeah, I think both have really good potential routes for different reasons personally.
I do have one or two thoughts, and I was only half listening to Hubert and zero listening to Bolon. So if either of them said this, excuse me. I was reading my friendo sent me a little bullish message. So
Don't act like that's not your default setting.
that is pretty close to default. And I'm all out of focus again. Let me see if I can get this thing to. I killed Bolon by doing that, I guess. So he's gone, you guys. He's dead. But two things. Oh man, well one of them's gone, so I'll just say the first one. Since it's a game that's kind of growing as we're moving along and being built. I remember the other thing. Since it's a game that's sort of growing and being built, something that is really good today might be balanced to be a little more even tomorrow, and something else tomorrow might be really good, and so on and so on. So I think by forcing players to pay every time they want to change stuff when we're on our end changing things so often, and dude, I'm gonna turn this shit off. I look over there and see myself and I look like I'm just like a ghost or something. I'm an out of focus ghost, a Faust. I think with the game changing so much, it might be a little disingenuous to force everybody to pay every time they wanted to change something on their heroes. It's like, this used to be the meta and now it's been balanced out and it's pretty good, but also it's not worth it to me to pay to change it. So it's also, we get tons of feedback from people who play lots of different builds and different stuff. So I think it's good to know. Or excuse me, I think it's good to not have a fee associated with trying different things right now. And then the other side of that is people already sometimes mention to me that certain aspects of the game are so punishing. Like recently I was discussing misses with somebody, and it's just like, it can be so punishing to miss an attack that you've built 30 or 40% of your game around. So I don't know. I kind of think that since there's already severely punishing aspects, that maybe other aspects should be a little gentler and let you try different things. So that's sort of my 2 cents on it. I do think that there's a place for that, though. I think in the future, once things are a little more fleshed out, like I would like to see something like that. I'd like to see your choices, not making your choices matter more, but like I would like to see consequences or a cost to trying all the different stuff you want to try. You got to be more thoughtful with your builds because it's going to cost you to reset it and try again. But yeah, those are my 2 cents. Back to you, Bolon. Just a reminder, I do have my friendo bullish to read, so that's here.
Good deal. Yeah. So, will there be a DFK team tourney in the off season? Yes, I am going to make that happen. One way or another, making it happen. It's going to be fun. One last question from chat, and then we will go into our wrap up for the day because we're about that time anyway. But Hubert, is the other feature we're currently working on that was mentioned about 13 minutes ago something that is on the roadmap?
Yes, it is. And yeah, I can just say it's glory and honor is what we're focusing on right now. Or
with,
yeah,
with some updates, with some twists.
with some yeah, it's definitely being evolved in real time as we're seeing what we think will work best with it. So more to come when we're further along with that, but that is kind of our current main focus, and I am resistant to anything that's going to derail that right now.
Same. Golden Eye would like us to start over because he just arrived. So welcome everybody to
Happy birthday.
Oh, with that though, we will hop into our wrap up, which will end with my friendo's message. First and foremost, for me, as always, thank you everybody who has tuned in live, as well as Winston and Hubert for taking the time out of their day to be up here, answer questions, and fight our community members. Thank you to everybody who submits questions. As always, you can submit your questions at talk.defykingdoms.com or in the AMA questions channel in Discord. Keep them coming. Go try Mountain Dew Baja Midnight. It's at least worth a shot, and you get some Taco Bell out of the deal. It's a double win. But looking forward to the birthday events that will be kicking off in just over 5 hours, as well as the All-Star Tournament coming at you either next Friday the 29th or Saturday the 30th. Stay tuned for the official update on that as well. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It has been an amazing 4 years. It has been a long 4 years. It simultaneously feels like 6 months and 40 years. And I am just really looking forward to what we have planned, what we're working on, and what the future holds. Hubert, any final thoughts?
Well, I hope everyone is excited for the birthday event. I want to be I really hope to see a lot of people using those, and I just think that SBD always knocks it out of the park, especially with kind of our promotional items that we give out for events like our birthday and others. So if you haven't seen it, there's a picture, a sneak peek of them in our Discord. The most recent announcement has it there. So get out there, do some hunts, do some patrols, and get those. You'll have 30 days to collect as many as you would like. And I guess I'll just note as well, there are 2 colors that are rare, similar to how we did it with the Shelmet last time as well. So there will be a couple colors that'll be that way. Unfortunately, unlike the Shelmet, there's only one dye channel on this one, unlike the Shelmet, which had 2. There were just too many combinations that didn't work very well with that. So it's not quite as many variations with that one, but yeah, I like it's crazy that it's been 4 years. We still have so much more to go, but if you look at what we've accomplished in this last year, I think we've really done quite a lot. We've released has it been 3 classes now since then? 2, 3. We have all of our tournament stuff. Everything on Metis is released. We did patrols, and our combat engine just getting better and better as we go. And it's there's just still quite a bit more to go, but like it really is just feeling like we're kind of reaching a good momentum in kind of what's the right way to say this, just zeroing in on like a final build. I mean, we still have several core features still left to go, but with durability and pet combat bonuses coming, that finishes off those avenues, and like opens the door for us to kind of focus on some of the other bigger features that are still pending, like travel and land functionality and crafting, which once those are all done, then we'll really just be into iteration mode, which I would love to get to that point, to where we're just adding new content and we don't have really big features that we have to be designing all the time, because that really takes a lot of time. but yeah, thank you again, everybody, for all your support, for going through all the years. It really has been a long time, and we have certainly had ups and downs as we've gone, but we're still here, still building, and really trying to just make something that's unique and interesting and has a legacy that will last for a very long time. So I hope that you all will continue to support us, and that we will just have more and more great days in the future.
Real quick question for you on the accessory: how many colors are there?
I believe there are 8.
Ooh, nice. Winston, over to you and through you, my friendo.
Thanks, Bolon. Great words there, Hubert. Sorry, you all know what I got all this talk. I was like,
hey,
not make it happen.
Did you get
There's only one Lord of the Dew.
Oh my God! You know what? You don't get a farewell message anymore. He doesn't realize I muted him.
Rude. It's not my message. Okay. Really quick, here's mine. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for playing with us and hanging out. And we couldn't do it without our strong community, and you guys are the best. Super grateful that people are trying PvP and playing and getting in there, and hang in there. The next big thing is coming, and it's gonna be big. Gonna be big stuff. Extra large. I'm sorry, I got taco mouth now, which is a wonderful problem to have if you don't have to talk. Okay, so now I'm going to read my friendo's message. So here's what he said. Although late to the party, I decided to give tournaments a try, and honestly, it's been surprisingly fun, even for someone like me who usually isn't into PvP. Watching battles like Spassvogel's streams adds an extra layer of excitement for me, so all the love to him. It's a little shout out for Spassvogel there. And joining the Jeweler Guild has been one of the best decisions I've made. He probably means in his life. I think he means in his life, including religion and the first car he bought. Joining the Jewelers probably saved his life, dude. Probably got him off the street. That was me. I'm going back to my friendo. Jeweler Guild has been one of the best decisions I made. The community is just incredibly helpful and welcoming. That's actually why I'm bullish. The team keeps improving the game step by step, and the community keeps making the experience worth it. My advice to new players would be, don't overthink it. Just jump in, try some PvP, and connect with people and a guild to help you out. And then he said I could skip whatever sounds stupid. And since none of it sounded stupid, I just really tried to say it word for word because it was great. And yeah, that's why my friendo is bullish. And I'm also bullish too. So bullish.
See you all next week.
DeFi Kingdoms, where you can summon heroes, trade with other players, quest, and fight challenging enemies in a fantasy world brought to life in pixel art animation. Command your legion, claim your legacy.